When faith hijacks politics, are we losing the republic we were meant to be? Faith should guide the heart, not the ballot box. It's a bold reflection on the growing divide between religious conviction and constitutional responsibility in American politics. It reminds readers that the true strength of the United States lies in the balance: faith in God, faith in liberty, and faith in one another. And when any of these are lost, our republic falters. This commentary challenges conservatives to lead with compassion, accountability, and constitutional integrity, rather than moral superiority or political zealotry. I'm calling for a return to principle over passion, where freedom is preserved not by preaching righteousness, but by practicing restraint. At its core, the article and the commentary is a warning and a plea. If America forgets how to balance its moral compass with its founding principles, it will not be socialism that destroys the nation. It will be our own hypocrisy. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right. Welcome to #GoRight with Peter Boykin. I am Peter Boykin. And let's go over the commentary. Can faith save America if it divides us first? This is a #GoRight with Peter Boykin Commentary. Faith is supposed to unite people, but lately it is being weaponized to divide us, even within our own movement. As a constitutionalist for liberty, I believe that religion should inspire personal conviction, not political submission. I will never attack anyone for being faithful. I have my own beliefs, and I respect those who live by theirs. But when faith becomes a litmus test for leadership, or when the pulpit replaces the platform of the people, we stop being a constitutional republic and start drifting towards a theocracy. The founders saw this danger long before we did. They lived it. They watched as kings and clergy decided who could speak, worship, or even think freely. That is why the very first freedom they guaranteed was the right to practice any faith or none at all. They built a system where government could never choose sides in spiritual matters because they knew what happened when it did. Yet here we are, watching factions of the right repeat the very errors our ancestors fled from. Every time a politician runs more on religion than on results, we lose voters who might agree with us on taxes, freedom, and family, but cannot stomach being told they are unworthy because they do not share the same church. Every time we can make faith a weapon instead of a guide, we push America further from unity and closer to collapse. The problem is not religion itself. The problem is when religion forgets humility and becomes a brand, when God is used as a campaign slogan. And that is not serving Him. That is serving self-interest. Our leaders are elected to represent the people, all of the people, not just the ones who sit in the same pew. A republic must function on reason, law, and shared responsibility, not divine decree. If your faith guides your conscience, that is a beautiful thing. But the oath is to the Constitution, not to a denomination. That is the covenant that keeps this country free. While the right argues over who is holier, the left is organizing, recruiting, and expanding their control in education, media, and local government. Conservatives can keep fighting amongst themselves about who prays the right way, while the opposition builds the next generation of voters. The left uses moral language to push Marxist policies, and the right often responds by preaching instead of persuasion. Neither approach feeds the hungry, secures the border, or lowers rent. This is where compassion must return to conservatism. If we truly believe in the principles of liberty, we must remember that liberty without empathy is just power dressed up in patriotism. We can fight socialism without losing our humanity. We can protect the family without condemning the neighbor. And we can preach hard work without mocking the poor. The welfare debates, the shutdowns, and the broken safety nets all show how detached Washington has become from everyday citizens. Some need a hand up, not a handout, and we should be proud to give it. But when the moral tone becomes cruel, when the message becomes, quote, pray harder and maybe you will eat, we lose the very soul we claim to defend. So yes, ask yourself these two questions that should guide every conservative leader. 1, is it constitutional? 2, what would Jesus do? The first keeps you honest to the Republic, and the second keeps you humble before God. Ignore either, and you lose both country and faith. We do not need more lawmakers acting like pastors or pastors acting like presidents. We need leaders who know that power belongs to the people and that the Constitution, not a creed, is our highest law. If we cannot unite under liberty, then no sermon will save us. It is time to return to what made this country strong, a moral people governed by secular constitution, the secular constitution, each respecting the other's freedom. Because when faith and freedom walk side by side, America thrives. When one tries to dominate the other, America fails. The future of this nation will not be decided by how loudly we pray, but by how fiercely we protect each other's right to do so. It is time to lead with both faith and reason. It is time to remember who we are.